In the previous training video, we took a look at service provider invoices and timesheets. In this training video, we'll take a look at the process payroll workflow. The process payroll workflow begins by reviewing the submitted invoices and timesheets, approving them for payment, and ends with the running of the payroll reports. To begin the process, let's visit the Process Payroll option under the billing menu. On this screen, we can see a list of the names of all the service providers that need to be processed for the current pay period. For each service provider, we can see whether they are a freelance or staff provider, and the total amount due to them. For each one of these service providers, we would click on the Process Invoice icon, which is the one that looks like money. Now we are looking at all of the details of the invoice or timesheet for this service provider. We can review those details to make sure that everything looks correct. If we do find problems with the invoice, we can click the Unsubmit Invoice button. What this button will do is it will return the invoice into the open status so that we can make corrections to it. If there are no problems with the invoice, we can click on the Add to Payroll Reports button. What this button will do is it will mark this invoice or timesheet as processed so that it will show up in the payroll reports. Let's go ahead and add this invoice to the payroll reports. After we're finished with checking all of the invoices and timesheets for this pay period, we would visit the Payroll Reports option, which is under the billing menu. On this screen, we can see an overview of the company expenses for each pay period. We have the total amount we paid out for work during business hours, during non-business hours, and for travel expenses. For each pay period, we can pull up 3 additional reports. These are the 1099 report, the W-2 report, and the rates report. Let's start with the 1099 report. On the 1099 report, we have a list of the names of each service provider as well as 3 different amounts. The 3 amounts are for total earnings, travel expenses reimbursement, and travel miles reimbursement. Let's move on to the W-2 report. On the W-2 report, we have a list of the names of each service provider, as well as the number of hours worked for each of the first 4 pay indexes. The travel expenses reimbursement and travel miles reimbursement also appear here. For staff, any fees to be paid will appear in the other column. Let's take a look at the final report, the rates report. What this report does is it shows you the pay rates for each employee for the pay period. There is also a column that warns you if the pay rate for an employee has changed since the last pay period. This concludes the training for the process payroll workflow.